welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. I want to talk about recording macros today. We have a simple little data set here. I want to record a macro that will go down to the end of the data set and add a total formula. So I go to Tools, Macro, Record New Macro. Assign it to a shortcut key of Control-T, click OK. All right, now let's look at the Stop Recording toolbar. There's two buttons there. The first one, obviously, is Stop Recording. The second button is the important one. That's the relative reference. You want to make sure that that's turned on, so it has the little square around it. That'll allow your macros to work more often. So I'm going to hit the End key and then the down arrow key to move to the last row in the data set, and then one more down arrow to go down to the total row. We'll type the word total there, and I'll come over to where my totals are going to be. I'm going to select all three cells and hit the auto sum button, and sure enough, we get some totals. I'll stop recording. Now this worked out great. Let's say tomorrow I have a new data set. I'll go onto the second sheet here, and I run my macro, Control-T, and sure enough, it puts the totals in. But hey, there's a huge problem, and if you're not careful, you're about to print this report and never notice the problem. Here's what happened. Because on the first day, I happened to have 13 rows. When I entered that auto button, it only recorded a total for the last 13 rows, and today, now I'm missing data. We have a little green indicator there. Usually these green indicators drive me insane, but today it's telling me that the formula omits adjacent cells. So that's my clue that I have a problem. Well, to solve this, if we go back to the original data set, when we record the macro, what we want to do is Tools, Macro, Record New Macro. Hit the End key, down arrow key, type the word total. And here, at this point, where we normally hit the auto sum, rather than hitting the auto sum, I'm actually going to type a formula, equals sum, and say that I want it to start from $2. Now I realize never in the world would you actually type $2 in real life, but that's the trick to make it work in the macro recorder. Going to E13, and the E13 is just relative. When we record the macro that way, we'll stop recording. You'll see that next day, no matter how many rows of data we have, it will work perfectly. So there we go, Control-G. When we look at the formula now, it went back all the way up to row 2, down to the row just above. So when you're recording macros, a couple of things. First of all, make sure to hit the relative reference button. Second of all, think about the formulas that you're going to type, and if you always needed to start in row 2, make sure to put the $ in. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast from Mr. Excel.